back to my channel. Today, I want to show you guys an amazing and delicious recipe for coffee chocolate chip blondies. Now, while this may sound like a guilty pleasure, it's actually a really healthy alternative for if you're craving something really decadent and chocolatey. It is also 100% refined sugar and dairy free. So, let's get started. To make our blondies, we are going to need melted coconut oil in replacement of butter, maple syrup instead of sugar, some really strong brewed black coffee, salt, vanilla extract, 1 egg, instant coffee to really boost and amp up that coffee flavor, baking powder, as well as whole wheat flour. So, to begin, we are going to whisk together our dry ingredients. So that is going to be our baking powder, instant coffee, and we're going to whisk that all together just until combined. And you should already be smelling that delicious instant coffee right now. Get that really nice caffeinated feeling. All right, now we're going to be moving on to our wet ingredients. In this bowl, we are going to be adding melted coconut oil, our maple syrup, and our salt. Now, mix it all together. So to make this process a little bit easier, you should have maple syrup that's been sitting out, so it's about room temperature. And your coconut oil, if you want to melt it, should not be hot because different temperature ingredients will never mix well together. Now you just want to do this until the salt is completely dissolved because the maple syrup and coconut oil will never completely blend. Once you can't see any more salt, you're going to want to add your vanilla extract, strong coffee, and your 1 egg. So now, just whisk it all together. Once you have both your wet ingredients and your dry ingredients in their separate bowls and completely mixed, we're gonna start putting it all together. So I'm just gonna be using a stand mixer, but you can just as well use a hand mixer or whisk it all together by hand. We're gonna start off by slowly adding some of our dry ingredients into our bowl. And we don't wanna do it all at once because we don't wanna overwhelm the mixture, and we want to make sure it slowly incorporates together. All right, let's get mixing. And just slowly keep adding in your dry ingredients. All right, now you don't want to overmix this, so as soon as you see that all the flour and the dry ingredients are gone, just take it out and get ready to start folding in all the accessories. So now that we have just finished mixing and we did not overbeat our blondies, we're going to be adding in all the little goodies. So for this recipe, I'm going to be adding in about half a cup of dark chocolate chips and about 1 cup of walnuts. So as always, I'm going to have the exact measurements and ingredients listed down below in the description box for you all to be able to follow along with me. So now I'm going to gently fold in my chocolate chips and my walnuts. So to fold, you're just going to want to slowly scrape the sides of the pan and bring your spatula inwards. So it's kind of like you just keep going around the sides. Don't be afraid if this brownie mixture doesn't look as dense as other brownies you've made. Because we are using melted coconut oil, they will only really become solid once it goes a little colder or at room temperature. So I'm going to be baking my blondies in this glass pan, which I have just lightly lined with some avocado oil. And we are going to now start scooping it in. Now just spread it out to make sure it's a nice, even surface. All right, we're gonna bake these blondies in our oven for about 20 to 25 minutes at 350 degrees. It smells just like Starbucks. All right, and here is our finished result. These coffee chocolate chip blondies are absolutely one of my favorite treats to have during the day, especially if I'm craving something chocolatey, rich, but most importantly, caffeinated. Now I love to get one of these brownies and chop them up really small and then mix it up with some coffee or chocolate ice cream, so it feels like I have a homemade Ben & Jerry's. Now if you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like, subscribe, as well as ring that notification bell because I'm going to be posting more delicious and guilt-free recipes once every single week. Bye-bye guys!